Hey, what is up guys, this is the Kung Fu Guy here, and today I have another martial arts talk for you. Today it's going to be again more about personal development and less about fighting or self-defense and some sort of stuff. But you can also take what I'm going to tell you towards those subjects, but what I'm going to talk to you specifically isn't that much connected to martial arts. So let me tell you the story. The story goes as this. I was at my military base and we were studying a lot. We were studying a lot of things about fitness and health and how to do exercise correctly and to combine nutrition and other stuff. We learned a lot of things, and during the past week we had so many lectures and so many subjects that we were learning that I felt a really important emotion that, if you can see the title, you can understand that it's the first time I felt it in a very, very long time, which is overwhelming emotion, where you just feel like you have no control, like things just go out of hand, out of reach, like something is impossible. And I want to talk to you about how I dealt with it and why I think I should tell it to you, because it will help you as well, hopefully. Now, what happened to me is next week we have a test, a big test that is about everything that there is to do with gym lectures that we had. We had over 5 or 6 lectures. Each of them was like an hour and a half. And because it's a military, sometimes I need to go to some jobs that made me lose some content that we were learning during that time and that will be in the test. And I had to fill them all by myself. I didn't have anyone to instruct me. Now, my friends that were in the lecture gave me all the writing, right? But still, it's not the same as learning it from a proper instructor. Now, I felt overwhelmed because there were so many subjects, and I felt like there is no way I could learn them all at the same time. But then I asked myself, wait a minute. I thought to myself a second, and I learned that from Tony Robbins, to process your emotions, to understand your emotions, and to use them to develop yourself and to empower yourself. Now, I took the 3 stages process in order to overcome the situation and make the best out of it. And the first step is to recognize the emotion. Now, I thought to myself, there is 10 emotions that the big emotions that are stressing on us, and the exact one that I felt was overwhelmed. I felt overwhelmed, like I had no control, like it was over the top. There was no way I could really understand all those subjects during that time that I have. But then I realized, wait a minute, overwhelmed emotion, that's the first time I felt it in a really long time. Usually I'm very good at dealing with stuff, and before I learned how to deal with stuff, I would just ignore stuff. Like at school, I wasn't the best at school, so I just, whatever, I don't really need to learn that, so I'll pass it on. But now that I really want to succeed and become the excellent student, and I need to get grades that are over the top, I need to be able to understand all the subjects and to be able to explain all of them as well. That's what excellent people do. That's what I'm trying to be. Now, in order to make that emotion to the next step, I need to realize where does the message come from. The first stage is to understand the emotion, and then to try to read the message, because every emotion have a message. The message that I had was, listen, okay? You have a lot of things to do, and you have a really important goal that you want to achieve. Now, it's really difficult, and if you're not going to grab yourself and do something about it, you lose everything that you try to work on. That's a message from an emotion. Overwhelmed emotion. Well, I just can't grab it all. I can't understand all the subjects. Too many points, too many things to remember. No way. But then I said to myself, wait a minute. What did I learn? What did I learn with martial arts, with personal development? What can I do to make the best out of this emotion? It's all about what you focus on. I choose to focus on how can I make the best, and in order to make my goal, which is the test next week, to succeed in it, I needed to learn how to pace myself. I can't just start learning it all. I I have to go step by step, and I have to believe that I'll be able to understand it, because there is two things that stops you from overcoming an overwhelming emotion. The first one, which is the less common one, is that you just lack the brain cells. Now what does that mean? It means that you're basically taking too much with too little ability. Now another example for that would be to go for some military boot camp, which is crazily intense, but you cannot even do one push-up or run more than 200 meters, right? It's impossible. That's overwhelming. Your body will get stressed out and you'll just fall. You can deal with it. You just need to progressively make your fitness level better. Now, that's the first way to stop yourself from overwhelming emotion. The second thing that will cause overwhelming emotion is that you think that you don't have the capability to understand it all, to do it all, to make it all, right? But I thought to myself, wait a second, we already had a test which is just as difficult, even more, than the one that I'll have next week, and I got 101 points. I got a bonus. So I don't think that I have anything to worry about, because I am capable. And then I realized, wait a second, did I just doubt myself? And then I promised to myself, I wouldn't doubt myself. I don't want to doubt myself. I will do it, and I will try, and I will believe in myself, because that's what stops me from getting rid of this overwhelming emotion. You feel overwhelmed, just get lost. When you're focused and you have faith, just go straight through those difficulties, and eventually you'll make it. So, I hope you could understand something from this video, and I hope that I'll make a good grade in the next test. So until next time, train hard, train smart, and peace.